Okay, sorry guys, but I just realized that I have been making videos without my lips made up. It looks better now, right? Okay, let's get right into the video. Yeah, so in this short video, we're going to be discussing very quickly how to study faster. Now, the number one tip to study faster, even if you think you're a slow learner, is to read at your peak hours. Now, your peak hours are those hours of the day that you feel more active and more awake. Naturally, you are just more active and your concentration is at its peak. There are hours of the day, for example, for myself, there are hours of the day that I usually feel sleepy, and I already know that regardless of whether I slept well or not, I am still going to feel sleepy. If I decide to make my study session that particular period of the day, I'm not going to gain much. And that's the truth. And I'm going to start feeling like I am a slow learner. So you have to understand your body, know those times of the day that your mind seems to be less occupied and you tend to just understand things faster and all that, and use that to your advantage because you will actually learn more at those periods of time. Another thing to do is to set a deadline for yourself. There's a way that your brain just works faster. Your brain just works more when it knows that there is a deadline to this task. Parkinson's law actually states that work tends to expand depending on how much time you give to it. So if you decide to cover a particular material in 2 hours, it is going to take 2 hours. And if you give that same material 5 hours to cover, it is going to take 5 hours. So you can actually use this to make your study period faster. If you think you have all the time in the world, then your brain will actually work like it has all the time in the world. But if you feel, okay, I don't actually have much time for this, let me just do this as fast as possible, your brain also adjusts and helps you to do it as fast as possible. So set a deadline for your task. For example, say I have to finish this task by 2 p.m. Then set your alarm and get to work. It actually helps your brain to work faster. It forces your brain to work faster. Another thing to do is to review before reading. Now, this will really help when you're trying to study a new topic. Reviewing before reading means that you actually do a kind of survey. You go through the material and just get familiar with the material before you start your actual study. Just randomly glance through the material and the things that catch your eye, check those things. All these things help you to get familiar with the material first before doing the actual reading. And you might say, oh, is this not going to waste time? Instead of me to just dive straight into the reading, I have to do a pre-reading. Yes, and this actually saves you more time on the long run because it's easier for you to digest something that you are already familiar with faster than something that you're just coming across newly. So take a little bit of time before actual study to actually get familiar with the material you want to read first. Personally, what I like to do is I actually do my reading like 3 times. The first time previewing the whole material, the second time previewing the particular subtopic that I'm about to read, then the third reading for me now is the actual one where I try to pick out the important things and jot them down. And this actually works well for me. It actually doesn't waste time as you might think, because once you are familiar with the material, it's just easier to read faster without stress. Another tip is don't waste too much time on aesthetics. It's good to be an artist anyways. It's good to make your study, your jotter interesting and all that, but you don't actually need to spend too much time on it. If you're studying and you're not with your ruler and you're used to ruling, you don't because of that start looking for your ruler and waste all the time looking for your ruler. No, it wouldn't hurt to use your hand that one time and keep on with your studying. So don't waste time on unnecessary things. For as long as the material is understandable enough for you, it doesn't have to always be perfect. Another tip is to start early enough. If you know that you have a lot of material to cover and you truly think that you study a bit slowly, then start early enough. Start in the beginning of the semester. it is better to finish earlier than needed than to finish so late or not be able to finish at all before exam period. So start as early as needed. Then another tip I'm going to say is to utilize your free days. I mean, have a timetable, yeah, that you follow for your reading, but if you have days that you can do long hard studies, then actually utilize that for intensive reading so that you can cover whatever material you want to study first. You can check out my video on how to study for long hours for tips that will actually help you to study and achieve a whole lot and not get bored even when you're studying for long hours. So try to do that. It's just better to finish earlier than later. Lastly, do not compare yourself to others. See, you might think that you're studying slowly, but guess what? Your friend that you think is not studying as much as you're doing might actually be studying more than you. They just might not be showing it to you because they want you to think that they are some kind of genius. Some people literally spend their whole night studying and then they come during the day. You never see them studying during the day and you're wondering, how does this person do it? How does this person not study at all and still do well? It's possible that their study period is actually during the night and you don't see it. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't feel bad that it takes you more time to study. No, just try to adopt methods that can help you study faster and see if they work for you. Okay, let me know if you find these tips helpful in the comment section. If you have other helpful tips, drop them in the comment section as well. I will be back with more tips, so see you in my next video. Bye.